You're listening to the Integrated Business Planning Podcast.
Yeah, and we would start, I think we would start in like June. So it was calendar year was the financial year, and we'd start the budget process in June, right? We'd send out the assumptions. Well, 6 months, that particularly in commodities business, things change pretty quickly. So like, I know there's a war in Ukraine, all of a sudden the commodities shoot up in price, right? So we'd start this process in June, and then, by September, we'd have to reissue the assumptions because something had changed. And then this would it would roll up and cascade up into this global number, which would go to the CEO. He'd make adjustments, cascade that back down, cascade it back up. It would get to the board. The board would go, oh, that's not what we were expecting. It would cascade back down and cascade back up. And it was 6 months of fiddling with numbers. And then we realized like everyone was gaming the system. So, well, not everyone. There was one division that didn't game the system, and they suffered as a result. But the smarter guys, I'd say smarter, perhaps not very honest, but like smarter but not honest, would put in a budget in September that was at about 90% of what they thought they could do. Because they knew it was going to get sent back. If they put it in at 100%, it'd get sent back. If they put it at 80%, it'd be sent back. Unless they did it at 120%, it would get sent back. So they'd put in 90%, it would get sent back. This is rubbish. They'd add in a few more, it would get sent back, and then they would get it to like where they really thought they could be. And they were obviously gaming the system because their bonuses were partly based on their budgets. Right. So the bonus was not based on the outcome, it was based on the budget. And this one division, they would always put in an honest answer first time around. And then they'd be told, hey, everyone else has just increased by 5%. You need to increase by 5%. They're like, but where? How would we do this? And the other divisions were like laughing behind their hands, right? Going, yeah, you guys are fools. Like, you're never honest on your first thing. So when it came to bonus season, if you hit 100% of your budget, you got your bonus. And if you did better than budget, you got a bigger bonus. These poor guys in this one division, they never got 100% of their bonus because they were always being given a stretched target. Yeah. But the guys in these other divisions, they never had a stretched target. They always got 100%. And at one point, we did some analysis on this, and we said, look, either this one division is really, really bad, and we know it isn't, or there's something wrong with this process. And of course, the other problem with that is like shareholders don't care what your budget is, right? If I buy your shares thinking I'm going to get a 10% return, I want a 10% return. Mm-hmm. And if you put in a crappy budget that's only going to deliver 8%, you shouldn't get a bonus. Because you didn't deliver 10%, which is what the shareholders want. When you have your bonus based on an internal target that generally speaking you don't share with your investors, there's this disconnect between what your investors want and what your employees are trying to achieve. And so, the CEO is out there saying, yeah, we're gonna value maximize, we're gonna double the value of the business within the next 5 years. And then they go, well, you're not doing that, but everyone's still getting a bonus. Mm-hmm. Because there's this, gaming going on where people get free money.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Integrated Business Planning Podcast. If you have a transformational story to tell or would like to drop some wisdom or share some insights about your experience or your journey, I'd love to have you on the podcast. So please reach out. Thank you.